Wait up. Hi and welcome back again. I am trying to make this a quick video because the first game that I have played on the PS2 that I got that has a bunch of American exclusives PS2 games was Shining Tears, and I have really been anticipating to play this game since my childhood, as I saw it in gaming magazines, but I could never play it. The game never got released in the West. I never got an American PS2. I never got American games. Just a few months back or a few weeks back, I was thinking, well, maybe it's time to get into these American exclusives. And then I got a PS2 with a MacBoot and dozens of these games. And this was the first one that I have played, and I'm still playing it. And it's also sort of the game that gets quite a lot of hate. Sometimes some people say it's mediocre, some say it gets repetitive very easily. It is a Diablo clone. It truly is, in terms of sort of the way it plays. And gradually, the screen fills up more with enemies to a point where, yes, there are frame rate issues, and they are pretty severe, to be really honest. And I'm not even that far into the game, I think, because the game does not allow you to see how long you've been playing it. I think I'm probably around 8 to 12 hours into the game. I am level 21, 22, something like that. And I've played quite a bit. I have grinded quite a bit to sort of level up my character. And I have to say, I think I agree with most reviews. I don't think it's a bad game, but I was playing it for a few days, and a few days ago, I think it was on a Friday, I was playing the game, and I thought to myself, I kind of don't want to play it anymore. Not to a point where I played for 5 or 6 hours a day. Yes, I have that much time on my hands. Yes, I am lifeless. I don't give a shit. But no, seriously though. So this is going to be my side game. The game that I'll play if I am getting a little bit bored of my main games. The game I will play for an hour and a half, and then stop and play something else. Even though this was considered to be my main game. I really wanted to be this my main game. But yes, it gets very repetitive. It's an easy game. It's not super difficult. The difficulty is the amount of enemies on screen, and that it takes longer to sort of beat all these enemies. I like that there is loot in the game, like Diablo, even though it's quite weird. If you're like level 12, you get loot that you need to be level 20 or level 30 or level 25. You need different stats that are so high, you're like, I cannot use this in another 1, 2, or 3 hours of grinding my ass off. It's weird. And what I dislike quite a bit is that you do not get weapons. So weapons, you have to go to one of the 4 blacksmiths, and you have to upgrade your weapons with the materials that you can find in the missions. And that is fine by me in certain ways, but I would have loved to just have gear weapons being dropped, and you could, let's say, upgrade these weapons to till +9. And now, when you upgrade your weapons to a certain point, it sort of morphs into a different, another weapon, a much stronger weapon, and then you can keep upgrading that weapon. So for quite a lot of time, I forget upgrading my weapons. And I cannot really use new gear. I'm just selling them because I am so low level, and you need a lot of time, a lot of grinding. The graphics are gorgeous. I love the anime look, sort of painting anime. It kind of reminds me of the graphics of Tales of Symphonia in terms of environments. They're very detailed for a PS2 game. I love it. I love how the game looks. The music is pretty good. It's not top tier RPG music. It's kind of standard RPG music, to be really honest, but it's good. It's pretty good. It really gets you into the mood of, okay, I'm playing a Japanese Diablo clone. But that's basically what it is. It's a Japanese Diablo clone. You have different characters that in another sort of feature in the game, you can go into a mirror and then you can actually pick other party members to play and level them up. Um, so if you're really into the game, there is a shit ton of content, but mostly brainless, super repetitive hack and slash without really feeling that you're getting rewarded. With Diablo, it's the same thing. It's really repetitive. It could be very boring, but the premise of I could get a new cool weapon or I could get epic gear or whatever makes you want to play the game more. And of course, especially Diablo 1 has incredible music, great graphics, absolutely goth tier atmosphere, and of course, Shining Tears does not have that. But overall, I would say that Shining Tears is probably around the 6.5, maybe 7 mark, so mediocre. Even though, I was some I do think that some reviewers are too harsh on the game, calling it absolutely a pile of shit and whatever. Nah, it's a fun game, especially if you could play it with someone else. I am mostly a one-player guy. I just love to play by myself, I guess. I don't know why. But the AI sucks. The AI is stupid as hell. Basically, what I do is I get the strong character, what's he called, Lazarus, and just hoping that he doesn't die, hope that he kills a few of the enemies, and I'll do everything else by myself. Storyline wise, it is good versus evil. A evil empire attacks the actually well designed city. The city looks very cool with the 3 layers of walls and stuff. It's pretty cool. But that's basically up until now what the storyline is, and I don't expect a grand storyline by itself. So I am enjoying Shining Tears. It is a fun game. I was expecting a little bit more, I have to admit. Most reviewers do say that Shining Force, Exa, and Neo are a little bit better. Severe frame rate issues when there are a lot of units on screen. That is a little bit bothersome. Not boring, bothersome. It doesn't really bother too much. I don't really care about. Well, I do care about a solid frame rate, but if a game has 30 frames and dips below once in a while, I don't really care about it. Especially with games that play like Diablo, I guess. And it just happens a few times out of the 8 or 12 hours I have played as of right now. So that's kind of the only thing I wanted to say about Shining Tears. I also I'm going to upload this one first and then make a video about Grandia 3. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. Definitely watch that video because I love Grandia 3. I'm playing it at the moment. It's my main game. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next time.